Tonight I'd like to talk to you all about anxiety. Now, I know your bums are hurting, I'm one of the last people on, but I would love you all if you would all raise your hands if you have ever suffered or do suffer from anxiety. Now, some of you are too anxious to even put your hands up, but that's fine. Anxiety is a spectrum. As Josh has said several times, the butterflies you feel if I was to ask one of you to get up on stage, that's anxiety. It's low on the end of the spectrum, but it's still anxiety. My anxiety is something I want to talk about with the experiment, but first I want to tell you a story about a man called Errol Lawson. A few months ago, around the start of the year, I joined something called Fastlaners. It's something for young people to try and get into meaningful employment. It helps you through your CV, networking, things like that. Lots of people talking, and near the end of the course, for 1 hour, came Errol Lawson. Businessman, fine suit, and he was talking about confidence. He told us his background, his roots. He said that he wasn't always from a middle-class family. He started as a criminal. And the way he was turned around was during service in cleaning up the streets from him being a criminal. And someone came and gave him the opportunity to talk about himself. So he looked at us in the group, there were only 3 of us, it was only a small group, and said, "What do you think is holding you back? I'm giving you the space to talk about it." Now, in my chest, it was so tight about this thing that I couldn't talk about. I couldn't talk about my anxiety to anyone. But as he said, "I'm giving you this chance to talk about it," it sort of filled up in my throat. I was nervous, my hands were shaking, but I managed to get it out because he gave me the opportunity. Straight out of university, I was a cocky little bastard with my degree. I was going to go soar so high. I went straight into a business, reading scripts. I love script writing. And so I was flying straight high because I was going to meet directors and producers and script writers. So perfect for me. And then bam, I was hit with the biggest anxiety attack I've ever experienced. I don't know why. I was competent in what I was doing. I felt fine. I felt I could do it. But one day, I just stopped. I couldn't do it. Everything about me was so tight. I never contacted the job again from that day on. I got an email from them. To this day, I haven't opened it. And so, that's the reason why I had to join Fastlaners. I was on a high-flying job to needing help finding a way to get a job. And then Errol Lawson gave me the chance to talk about what was holding me back. Since that day, I joined several other groups. I joined SPEAKup, and I've never looked back. And I realised that due to my anxiety attack, I've taken my life in a direction that I'm happier with now. All because he let me talk about my anxiety. That's the thing about anxiety. It holds you close. You can't talk about it. You can't get it out. So that's my homework for all of you, and that's my experiment. Did I sound nervous when I was saying that?
No.
Was I shaking when I said that?
No.
Was I sweat? Actually, don't say that. It's quite hot in here. My homework is not for the people suffering from anxiety. It's from the people who don't feel that they are. If you can, and so you see someone who's struggling or you think is struggling, just tell them, "What do you think's holding you back? I'm giving you this chance to talk." Thank you.